What's up everyone, OJ here, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be going over two pretty important topics when it comes to the Nintendo Switch and the impact that it's having. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Fire Emblem Three Houses. I know I've talked about sales data before, but now we have some digital-only sales data to come out from Nielsen SuperData research. Now, they don't have a spotless track record, guys, so I'm not going to sit here and say that they've gotten every single thing right, but when it comes to digital sales, they are generally looked at a place that does have some sources when it comes down to it. And according to their research, Fire Emblem Three Houses sold over 800,000 copies worldwide digitally in July, which would make it the largest launch in franchise history. Now, what's the impact of that type of news going forward? Well, like I've talked about before, that means the Nintendo Switch and Fire Emblem is a bona fide hit. You have enough units out there that a game like Fire Emblem, which is not a battle royale, which is not a Mario game, which is not a Zelda game, it's not one of those traditional games that do just amazing numbers, can sell with the best of them. It can sell with the big boys in Nintendo's lot. It can sell above a Donkey Kong or a Kirby or a Metroid or other franchises out there, which is pretty much unknown territory for a home console Fire Emblem game. You have to remember, the last home console Fire Emblem game was Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and that game didn't sell that great compared to previous Fire Emblem games. And then we had Path of Radiance on the GameCube, once again not selling that great compared to previous or handheld, not previous, more like forward handheld selling Fire Emblem games. So to see the game do so well, that's going to impact things going forward with the Nintendo Switch and also Fire Emblem Three Houses being a major franchise for Nintendo. Now, a couple things that I want to point out with this, guys, is that Fire Emblem Three Houses came out at the end of July, okay, the very end of July. So that means that it was only a few days worth of digital sales data. Fire Emblem Three Houses continues to be the top seller on pretty much every single chart around the world when it comes to digital eShop sales. Now, that's not to say that Fire Emblem Three Houses didn't sell well physically. Heck, I know a thing or two about Fire Emblem Three Houses physical copies, and I got one behind me as well. So you guys know that I'm all about those physical copies. Doesn't mean it didn't do well physically as well, but I think that with the long form gameplay that Fire Emblem has, the fact that it gives you up to 80 hours plus on a single playthrough, plus 3 different houses that you'll probably want to go through at some point, I think a lot of people are just saying, you know what, let me just get this digitally so I don't have to get up and actually physically switch the cartridge on this one. That's why I think that games like Fire Emblem are selling so well digitally. And what I've seen is that a lot of these RPGs that come out, a lot of these long form games like a Minecraft, or games that you can constantly play over and over and over that have options for physical and digital, a lot of them do really well digital because people just want to have it on their system so they can play at any time. And sometimes it even motivates people more to play the game if they're lying down in bed and their game room is somewhere else or whatever the case is. They don't want to have to get up and go and get the cartridge and put the cartridge in. They'll just have it right there on their system. Heck, I have 3 physical copies of Fire Emblem Three Houses myself, and I still bought a digital copy. So I'm definitely one of those people in that data that bought a digital copy as well. So this is great news for Fire Emblem. I want to see it continue. I think that Fire Emblem is one of those franchises that some might think that could drop off after it initially does well because people are excited that it's back on a home console, but then after all of that, it drops off. But from what we're seeing so far, from what we're seeing with the sales data, from some of the stuff that I've been compiling on my own, people are continuing to buy a Fire Emblem, and I don't really think it's even going to stop too. I think it's going to continue. And oh my gosh, if Nintendo ever decided to, let's just say, discount Fire Emblem digitally to like $40 during Black Friday or something like that. Let's just say they decided to do some type of crazy sale, which they've done before on some of their bigger first-party games. Imagine the sales. They are going to go up even more. However, they're not going to be making as much money off of it per unit. So it has to be a delicate balance, and it has to be right. It has to be a calculated risk for them to do something like that. But overall, really happy for Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm currently continuing my playthrough with the Black Eagles, and there's just so much stuff to do. I think I'm about 60 hours plus in, and I plan on doing everything that I can do in the first playthrough. I'm in the time skip, but I'm not going to say anything else outside of that for the fear of spoilers. But in the time skip, I'm having fun. It's a great game, doing the missions, doing the side quests, kind of talking to everybody, doing all the different stuff that I can do, and I can't wait to get through my second playthrough so I can actually recruit everybody and have a lot of fun and do all the stuff that maybe I missed and see the other stories, because it has been phenomenal so far. So Fire Emblem Three Houses is doing very well digitally. That is the impact that Fire Emblem Intelligent Systems is having on Nintendo Switch sales, and also for the franchise as well. It's been absolutely phenomenal. What are you guys' thoughts on Fire Emblem Three Houses selling 800,000 units globally, digitally, in just July, not even counting everything that's went on in August? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. We have a cat sighting, and not only do we have a cat sighting, but we have a cat on your head sighting when it comes to Astral Chain. It's been a couple days since I've talked about this game, or a few days since I've talked about it in a video, and I have to mention a number of different things. This could be the best looking game on the Nintendo Switch, period. The more that they show off of this game, the more they show off of the different environments, the more they show off of the different stuff that you can do, it just impresses me more and more. But I think nothing impresses me more than having a cat on your head while you fight. Not just having a cat on your head like when you're inside like your research or you're doing your data or whatever the case is, as an actual cat on your head while you're jacking fools up, while you're shooting people up, and the cat stays perfectly safe as you get hit. That is amazing. Cats have 9 lives, right? Well, none of them are being wasted on the making of Astral Chain for the Nintendo Switch. Absolutely phenomenal that they would add in something that small of detail with a cat on your head in this game. Absolutely crazy. But there was some new gameplay, guys. Let's talk about what's actually the impact of Astral Chain on the Nintendo Switch. We got 35 minutes of brand new gameplay coming out from Gamescom. Toda-san is on his marketing grind when it comes to this game, whether it's E3, whether it's Gamescom, whether it's the blog updates. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on here, and even Mr. Toda's case files with Nintendo of America and of course Nintendo of Europe, the Twitter account. So great stuff to see all around there. But what makes Astral Chain to me an impact game for the Nintendo Switch, and a game that's going to do a lot better than what people think, is that it has a lot of variety. The variety in this game is more than so many other games that are coming out. The other day I was talking about Gamescom and the games that were there, and it seemed like there was a lot of movie style games, there was a lot of graphics games, there's a lot of arena shooters or battle royales or just shooters, and Astral Chain is coming out at a time where the lost art of the Bayonetta style action, the Devil May Cry action, is just not around. We used to see a lot more developers try these type of games, but we're not seeing that. Astral Chain just comes out and says, yeah, cinematics are great, graphics are great, we have that, but it's all about the action. It's all about the cinematics within the action, the aesthetic art style that supplements that action that you're doing, that supplements that gameplay that you're doing. And no game seems more in vogue, no game seems more in sync when it comes to art style and when it comes to gameplay than Astral Chain. I think it's even more than what some of Nintendo's games are. This game right here literally has it all. One of the best things that I like about it is the fact that you can actually change your outfit too. Some people were complaining like, oh, do I only have to wear the police outfit? Well, you can wear other outfits as well. And the gameplay, vast and varied. You're going to be able to get all these different legions. You're going to be able to level up, upgrade, and progress through the game and the story. We're hearing around 25 hours when it comes to the single player story, and I'm not even sure if that's including side quests and everything. So of course, if you play on the harder difficulties, the replay value, I think there might be like a battle arena style type of thing, a bloody palace in the game as well. So there's a lot of great stuff that really puts the Nintendo Switch in a spotlight, and Astral Chain being one of the impact games from Platinum Games. Now, another great thing that I saw from this gameplay is the dodging. I think that this can't be understated how well that you need to execute the dodging. And the thing that I think that Devil May Cry 5 failed on miserably was how to dodge in this game. And in this game, when it comes to Astral Chain, the dodging seems like it's going to be really good. Omnidirectional, you press the button, they go in that direction, they dodge what they can dodge. And on top of that, you actually have legions that give you more maneuverability as well. Like the Beast Legion, you can get on top of that, you can start riding around. You have some legions that you can even wear as armor as well. You have another legion that can actually block attacks and put up like a little force field against that. And that's actually a strategy that you can use against some bosses that are vital to beating them in an efficient manner. You have the ranking system that you've seen before, like in Bayonetta. You get extra items the better that you do. It is phenomenal what they've put into this game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how well this game does. I think a lot of Switch owners out there are sleeping on this one. There's a lot that are sleeping on it, and there's a lot that aren't. Obviously, the game is going to do very well. Looking at how everything is playing out here, looking at all the comments, the game is going to do very well, but I think that more people need to be aware of what's going down with Astral Chain, and I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful franchise on the Nintendo Switch and going forward with Nintendo systems. I don't think that we need to go through a period of the game not doing well, like Bayonetta, or having to have some type of campaign in order to get it to do better. I think that this, from the start, is automatically going to do a lot better based on what they're showing off, based on the Nintendo Switch system being as popular as it is. I think it's going to do really well, and it's going to have a huge impact on the Switch sales going forward, and also for Platinum Games and the relationship with Nintendo. So what are you guys' thoughts on these two different topics here when it comes to Fire Emblem Three Houses digital sales and also Astral Chain with a cat on your head? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.